Go ahead.
I'm Kassandra Dimopoulou. I'm going to sing the role of Desdemona in Verdi's Otello. So come and see us at Tennessee Theatre on the 27th and 29th of April.
Hello, I'm Michael Austin. I will be singing the title role of Giuseppe Verdi's Otello, April 27th and 29th with the Knoxville Opera. I invite all of you to come out and experience it with me.
Kassandra, it is so wonderful to have you making your debut in the United States here in Knoxville. Can you tell us a little about your experience so far being here in town?
I love the city. It's one of the most beautiful cities I have ever seen, and I've been a lot around the world, and I already know that I would like to come back and stay even longer than a month. It's
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you're from Greece. Tell us a little bit about where you were born and how did you become an opera singer?
Right, I come from Greece, from a town called Thessaloniki. It's a big city, not the capital, but quite big. And I started as a cellist when I was a small child, and then I switched to opera when I went to Germany to study there. So I had no idea about opera. I thought opera was Maria Callas singing Casta Diva or something. I had no idea. And then suddenly I kind of heard the opera I Pagliacci, and I fell in love with that thing because I found out that it combines theater and music. So that was it. I just decided to become an opera singer.
It's interesting to us that you play an instrument as well as you sing. How does knowing the instrument cello and being in ensembles as a playing musician, how does that affect and help you be a singer?
That helps a lot because it makes my life easier to learn the music and understand the whole thing to get better than just my line. So it makes my life much easier to learn a role which is big and complicated, like for example Desdemona in Verdi's Otello. It's not a very easy role to learn. It's not a very easy opera. The harmony is very strange, and the words are many words and old words. So my background as a musician really makes my life easier to understand my role and the whole music better.
This season, Knoxville Opera has been concentrating quite a bit on Shakespeare, and we earlier did Romeo et Juliet. Doing Othello for our company is a big step because it's such a challenging opera for the company to produce. You mentioned some of the challenges of learning the opera for yourself personally. What is it like to be actually in a very large production of an opera, whether it's Otello or anything else? What are those challenges?
Well, first of all, the challenge is as big for us as for you, because as you said, this is a very difficult and big opera to produce. So already the role itself and the music is a level more difficult than a normal role, let's say. So it's very challenging for us, for me, for all the people I think taking part in this, to do their job, because it demands a lot of energy, more energy than in a normal, let's say, smaller production. And the characters are very dramatic. I think that is what makes it even more difficult. And you have feelings, negative feelings, like jealousy and anger, and you have death. So you don't really have a moment of joy in the opera. So this kind of creates an energy of its own. But the good thing about this production is that everybody's great. I mean, all the people are lovely and very joyful, and this kind of keeps the balance, between the music and the story and the real part of the job, which is like, creating a nice atmosphere and work and feel good about it.
Well, we want to thank you for being part of our production of Otello. It has been, I think, 20 years or so since it has been in
Thank you very much for inviting me here. It's my debut as Desdemona, so it's my first time to sing this role. I'm very excited.
Well, we are so thrilled, Michael, to have you here in Knoxville to make your debut. Yours has been a long and illustrious, distinguished career all over the States and Europe. Tell us about your experience in this part of Otello and the specific challenges that you've had throughout your career in meeting the demands of Mr. Verdi.
Well, I first sang Otello. It's been approximately 14 years ago, and that was in Stuttgart at the time, where I was had the title of Italienische Tenor, and actually I was covering Placido Domingo. He was the international artist. He came in and did 3 performances, and then I had to take over. And that particular season, I sang it 15 times. And since then, I've had the opportunity to sing it all over Germany, Austria, France, Russia, Poland, and a few performances in South America. And so I'm very happy that Maestro Selesky chose me to come to Knoxville for several reasons. I'm from Whitfield, Virginia, which is about 3 hours north, as most of you know. I'm a graduate of Emory and Henry College, and many of the graduates live in the Knoxville area, and will be at one of the 2 performances. And what's really exciting for me is that my first voice teacher, who I owe so much to, Dr. Charles Chick Davis, a mentor, a friend, a wonderful voice teacher, lives in Knoxville and will be at the Sunday performance. And also had the opportunity, I took a year off in between studies, worked at the Reynolds Aluminum Corporation in Bristol, Virginia, and would drive down 1 day a week and study with Professor George Bitsis, who I'm sure most of you know. And it's my understanding that he'll probably be at one of the performances. So this is a wonderful opportunity for me to be back in the area.
Well, it's a little bit of a homecoming for you, and of course, you have a relationship with me, with Brian Selesky, and that dates back a long, long time. Tell the audience a little bit about how you and I met.
Well, I'll tell you, this was, we're dating ourselves, but this goes back to the mid-'80s. I was a graduate student at Juilliard. I auditioned for Maestro Selesky, and he chose me to do Raymondado in Carmen. At the New York City Opera, we did a tour of Carmen, and at that time I met my wife, who's the mother of my 2 wonderful children, and it was just I suppose, a meeting that was supposed to happen. And so I'm very happy that Maestro chose me to come back to make my debut here with Knoxville, and after 20-some years, we're together again.
Well, it's our privilege to have you in Knoxville to make this fantastic opera for us, Otello, which has tremendous challenges. You who have been in the opera so many times, tell the audience a little bit about what thrills they are in for, starting with the very first chord of the opera.
Well, this is an exciting opera. Many say it's Giuseppe Verdi's greatest opera. Of course, that's in debate, but I find it's a challenging work. You're dealing with a lot of history here. You're dealing with religion, cultures, and as far as the singers themselves, I know, personally speaking, this is the most demanding tenor role in opera, in the Italian opera, and that's why most tenors put it off towards the middle or the latter part of the career, because it is very demanding. It takes a lot of physical stamina, maturity, and it's a very demanding acting role as well.
And generally, what can the audience expect when that curtain goes up in Act 1? What are they in for?
They're in for, first of all, excitement. Excitement. Ship is coming in, and waves are thundering. It's waves, and you're going to have some of the most exciting music that you've ever heard in your life. So I invite all of you to come out and experience Giuseppe Verdi's Otello.
Well, thank you very much, Michael, for being with us in Knoxville, and it's our privilege to have you here as Otello.
Thank you so much.